Today, let's ask the question, what's coming for Ask the Question Season 2? Today, I'm having a conversation with my husband, Mason, and we're talking about Ask the Question Season 2 and kind of what happened Season 1, the things that weren't done as well as hopefully they will be in Season 2 and kind of what is to come. It's pretty short and sweet, but let's kick off Season 2. Here we go.
So let's get right into it.
Okay.
What is the good and bad about Season 1?
Well, I feel like I just started a thing without really knowing what I was doing. Not that I know now anymore than before, but yeah, that came with some bad because I just don't know. Like the first 2 episodes are just probably terrible to listen to because they're poorly edited on Windows 10 or whatever is on my computer. All of them are edited on that, but this, especially the first 2. And they're short, and then there's some that I have a guest and some I don't because I just didn't plan ahead, have people on every time. So that was probably rough to listen to, but yeah, I think there was good things though that I just decided to do it, which was good. So, I mean, I guess, hopefully, I don't know, but it was good to just start it and have conversations. And the whole point of it is to be that people don't necessarily take anything from the podcast and say, that's what I believe today. That's what I believe now because I heard it on this podcast, but more for people to say, oh, now I have questions about this. So now I can dig into it.
So you're just trying to make people question everything.
Yeah, just question everything that their life stands on. No, I think a lot of the questions that we asked, it seemed like they resonated with people. Like a lot of people talked to me afterwards. So that was good because people were like, oh, I literally have never thought of that. Or I had really strong convictions about that, but I really have never looked into it. I wouldn't be able to have a conversation with you about it other than defensiveness. So that's good. There were some things I'm positive that there are things that I said that are probably, I don't know, I should have fact checked myself more specifically about the Bible. Like there was one of the first episodes I did with Stephanie Cochran. We were talking about like biblical womanhood and what does that even mean? And especially if there's all these women who don't look like what we would necessarily think of as a picturesque evangelical woman, like Jael. And I think in Hebrew it's actually Yale. So that was my first mistake. But also, I think I said like, oh, we know that she was righteous because it says that somewhere. I don't think it says that somewhere. So I feel like I probably should have, there's some things that I said. And even that whole episode, like I would probably do it differently now, the whole way that I would approach it. But I also feel like there's the same respect where it's like, it would kind of be dumb of me to go back and erase all of that or like tweak it and edit it so it sounds really good instead of being honest about learning more later. And that's just a part of life. You just learn more later. And sometimes you say dumb things. And I just don't think it would be fair to like edit it and tweak it so that it looks perfect. And then that's not really very authentic.
Like this cut?
Yeah. Just like that. Most people listen to this, so that won't really make sense, but
what would you take back?
well, that Yale thing for sure. But I think mostly just the way that I did the episodes. Like I'm happy that we did it. It was good, and I still like the whole format. That's why I'm still doing it. But even the one that you and I did on politics, I feel like I would try to have more order to them. Not that this season, I've already recorded all the episodes. Not that this season has more order, but I feel like that would be better too.
I don't think I had a whole lot to contribute on that one. I was just very tired.
Yeah, you did. So. You have like a thing where people meet you and they just like you. So a lot of people listen to that because you're like a celebrity.
People tolerate me. I think would be more accurate. What is coming for Season 2?
I've recorded. There is actually 1 or 2 more episodes that I have to record, but everything else is recorded. So I tried to get more controversy in a good way. So I tried to get people that have disagreements with me or that we just totally wouldn't come to the topic in the same way, but can still have a really good conversation. So there's a really good one, like the one that I did with our friend Siggy Andrew on creation was so good. And it was like getting done with that conversation was like, oh my gosh, there's hope in humanity, that people can have totally different beliefs and theologies about something. That's, I mean, creation's not salvation, but it's still important, and still be totally friendly and kind and be friends when it leaves, and you're not like going home angry, and it was like, oh, this was a lovely conversation. So that was good.
So how many friends did you lose?
Hopefully none yet, but maybe after they listen.
You don't know, because they haven't talked to your kids since. So
I tried to have a mix of the same thing as last time, but hopefully it's done better this time as I learned. But I tried to do it differently, like theological topics like that, and then kind of more social topics. Like we have a friend who's an atheist, and so I talked to him about like, how can Christians be better friends to atheists? And that's one of the questions of the episodes. And so that was like a little bit different, I guess. But
so what are you carrying over? What's going to be the same, and what do you think is going to be different about biggest differences and biggest similarities between season 1 and season 2?
Well, it's the same. We ask a question, let's ask a question, blah, 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 and then we'll talk about it. And the episodes are longer because I accidentally just recorded them like 2 hours long every time. So they're very long this time.
Are you splitting up the episodes, or still all?
No,
one?
I'll just do them all the same. People can, if they want to pause it and come back, then whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the biggest thing is trying to get more diversity and opinion. I think we kind of had that in some of the conversations I had, but we didn't. I think when you're with people that think the same as you just talk about the things that you have in common. You don't really talk about things that you believe differently. And it feels uncomfortable sometimes, but I don't think it is as much as we think it is, especially when you have like kind, grounded people in your life that are, they're good friends and good people, and they're okay with talking to people they disagree with. So I feel like that is more present in this season than the first one. And I think that's the main difference. Longer, a little more to talk about, a little more diversity in topic. I don't think I'll do any like solo episodes like I did last time. That was really just because I had the topics, but I couldn't find people to talk about them. I have a lot of friends who would be so insightful on these topics, but they're really uncomfortable in Zoom. A lot of people hate to be recorded. Even their voice, even if there wasn't a YouTube video element to it. So
we could just do a voiceover, and I'll just mouth what they're saying and
just put the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be good. Then they can agree with me.
Yeah,
that would be great. Yeah, I think, I don't know, I'm just some dummy talking on the internet. So I even am at the point where I'm like, this is so bad because it's not a good advertisement at all. But I just really feel like there's a lot better people you could listen to learn topics on scripture, who are like doctors and who are very well versed and very well studied in their specific topics, like in their specific academic professional areas about the Bible. So I really don't have any intention to necessarily even like teach people anything. I really just like to lay the groundwork and say like, okay, well, here's some thoughts on this and thoughts on that, and this is what a lot of people say, and then just talk with people about what they think, what they don't think, where they have questions, and then just open it up for people to say, yeah, I have a question about that too, or maybe I don't, but this leads me to something else, and I just really want to know my Bible better. Because the more that I learn about the Bible, the more I know that I don't know a lot about the Bible. So I think in an age where the rate of people that read their Bible is so low, the rate of people that understand their Bible, the rate of people that understand even like really basic doctrines about Jesus and the Trinity and things like that, I think when it's so low, but yet Christians are so vocal, or people who identify as Christians are so vocal, it's just important to ask those things. And it's like, I think that's pretty common for most people. Hopefully it's common for most people that when they read the Bible, they realize, and they really learn it and really like dig into it, they realize they only know like a teeny tiny drop in the bucket, and there's so much more that they don't know, and they start to realize that more. So I think it's good that we realize we don't know as much, and that's not a bad thing, and people aren't alone in that. It's like, I feel like a lot of us are there. Probably will be for maybe forever. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Well.
so that's the best advertisement you've ever heard for a podcast, I'm sure.
Well, at any rate, it's a new season, so there's that.
Yep, that's true. Good thing we circled back. I will say that I'll try not to. Well, I already recorded most of them, so I can't really make promises. But I tried not to reference the same things that I do all the time because I say the same things a lot, or just like reference the same books. There's a lot of books that I recommend that are the same. Pretty much anything by Preston Sprinkle, always the Bible Project, and a bunch of people that have like really good books, but they're really good. They should. I always say they should be paying me because I give them great endorsements. But yeah, hopefully my library and Rex in the notes and stuff will be more expansive. Get there.
Cool.
So
I
I guess that's
don't have any
it.
more questions for you. So
You said you were gonna ask me some wild things. Do you have anything wild to ask me?
it was a lie.
Okay.
I lied.
Okay, good.
Oh, look,
That's good.
honesty. I'm getting better.
I will say, if you're like, hey, this is the first one I listened to, don't even worry about the first season. Just listen to this new season. Just call it a day. So there we go. All right.